The time's come to play here in my garden of shadows.
Hello, I'm Runia, aka Media Adaptation, and welcome back to Moderation while me use for a game. And it's time once again to talk about the supposedly lost 80s style anime, Go for a Punch, aka Saki Sanobashi, where we cover any new developments on the Discord and Reddit channels, and then cover some older anime and manga. And for those of you who have asked, yes, we're still working on our video that's detailing the end of the search from the second Wang video to the present day. I think we finally got all the details that we needed, so now we're going to compile them all together into a working script. Again, thanks for those who have been interested in the topic. But anyway, let's move on to our Discord channel, where a user found a foreign anime board that was made around 2000 and called... There is no way I'm going to properly say that name, so I'll just put it up there. Where people post several different animes. There was one that was marked Saki, but sadly it couldn't be opened, which sadly doesn't surprise me at this point. I do recall a while back that there was a manga called Saki, and like one or two animes that also share that title, so it could be something like that. There are still 50 pages worth of stuff to look through, so I'll keep you guys posted if anything is found. And as far as mystery images this week, we have this one from 1989's Legend of the Overfiend, which we covered a while back, but I think that was just only one of the stories. I think it had like 4 or 5 different OVAs. So we might have to cover that again in a different time. Then after that, we have one from 1998's Devil Lady, which again, we've covered most of the other versions of this before, but has never actually talked about this one in particular, so maybe another time. Next, we have this one that actually got covered a while back. I forgot the name of the person who did it, but he was a famous Goro manga artist, which we have covered all their work before, which we looked at the torrent a while back. So, sadly, this is not it. After that, we have this one, which is made by Shujo Tsubaki, though I can't pin down which one of his work it's actually from. And our final image this time is from 2003, called Shadow Star, namely episode 11, which I've never even heard of this anime before, and after giving a quick Google search, the manga that it's based on is really violent, so we'll definitely have to cover this one in a future video. But I guess it's now time to go over and check out the Reddit. And yeah, it's the same as it's always been doing. Trolls run rapid, and a few people asking what the heck happened to this place. And there's also this fan art by Alex and Casper, which also seems to mirror the state of the Reddit page is in. Oh well, over to the other one I guess. And there is a post about Harakiri schoolgirls, which was relevant in the early days of the search, as proof of concept of people being trapped in school was actually a very common topic in anime and manga. After that, someone posted this blurry picture, and sadly the image quality is so bad that reverse image searches only come back as a black and white anime from 1963. So again, if you actually recall what this is from, then feel free to share it down in the comments below. So anyway, I guess it's time to talk about anime this week. And the subject of natural disasters came back up, one of the reasons that they could be trapped in that place to begin with, as well as the subject of Barefoot Gen, an anime from 1983 dealing with the horrors and the daily struggle of the atomic bomb drops from World War II. I believe Bennett the Sage did an incredible video on this about a week or two ago, so if you're interested in this topic, then please check out his video. So for our other video this week, we have Fujiko Fujo A's Mumiko from 1990. The Fujiko Fujio is a set of pen names. There are 3 people who went under it. The regular one, F, and an A. And A also did the Duriman set of animations, so that explains why this anime has the same art style as it. Mumiko, whose name literally translates to Dream Devil Child, is, well, kind of self-explanatory. There are 3 10-minute stories, and she goes out and finds people wanting something, and through her magic transforms their lives, sometimes in a very literal definition. It's also not a normal story with a deal with the devil, as she normally meets them in Act 1, learns what they want, and then they try to fix it themselves. And if that doesn't work, then they're still free to change their wish if they want. The first story, called Castle, a man has no aspirations and is assigned to work at an office, probably through some family connection. He does nothing at his work, which upsets his co-workers, and his mom keeps pushing him towards this undesirable salaryman lifestyle. The few things that he finds joy in is finding different ways of brewing coffee. So after talking to a girl, he tries it out at work, and it beats the heck out of the industrial stuff that they get. And even the boss says that if that's what he likes, then he can continue to do that if he wanted to. But sadly his mom didn't see it like that, and took it as some sort of demotion to secretary. So the two have a fight, and he finally makes his wish, to block out the rest of the world. And Mumiko is more than happy to let him do so. The second story is called Transformation. A rugby captain, unknown to his teammates, goes home and does all the house duties himself, while his wife goes out drinking. Which doesn't bug him that much, as he finds comfort in it, away from the stresses of his normal job. So, a rather simple wish, but as long as he's happy. And our final one is called Sloth. A school kid wants nothing to do but draw and paint, and although he's praised by his peers, his father disapproves. His dad does nothing but scold him for wasting time on art, instead of studying to get into a top university, and eventually finding a stable job. In this one, he meets her, and the two actually become friends. He doesn't mind if things just stay the same. But then one night, his dad had enough, and then burns all of his work. And all he can think is a single word: revenge. So boom, he's Hitler. Bet you didn't see that coming. No one expects the random Hitler. And as for adult animation for the time, we have 1987's Battle Can-Can. Think Charlie's Angels in space, cruising through the stars, fighting space pirates with their looks, their bodies, and of course over-the-top action sequences. But again, this is still an anime from the time period, so we get those real hard-hitting questions, like why is the standard issue to carry around lightsabers dildos? I know this isn't the first time we saw it, so it shouldn't be that bad, but this is the same anime where one of the girls gets screwed to death by a snake monster. It's just, the tonal whiplash is real, is all I'm saying. And I guess it's time to talk about the next chapter of Shinmu's A Classroom Bereft of Angels. And chapter 2 starts with our magenta-haired girl named Tori watching Amane, while the other girls mock her. And to say that she's obsessed would be a bit of an understatement. But so are most of the girls there. It is said that she knows everything about her, even though they've never actually spoken before. So then one day in class, she's writing in her journal, and a bully, who I don't believe is actually given a name, critiques her drawing, but then learns about all her notes on her, reading them aloud in class. Everyone thinks that she's a stalker, which is kind of accurate, and then she steps on it, calling it gross. She then snaps and grabs a box cutter and lunges at her. But at the last second, Amane jumps in the way, cutting her across the cheek. Tori is traumatized, as the others run to her aid, and our other girl just taunts her, calling her insane. The other members of the class yell at her for trying to make the matters worse, trying to get her to snap again. But Amane turns to the pair and asks if they're alright, and then she sees the journal. She then walks over to her, says that she's fine, leans over, and kisses her, asking her to calm down, which does the trick, and she drops the knife. After that, we snap back to modern day, as the story is being narrated by a girl with gray hair, but she's brought out of her train of thought, as the two start arguing again, saying that she killed her as a way to get in between the pair of them. She tries to storm off, but the girls are desperate, and when they're desperate, proof doesn't matter as long as you have a motive. So her friends grab her, as she tells them to drop her, which they do, out the third-story window, where she plummets to her death. A girl then calls him out, saying that this is crazy, as the crowd wonders to themselves if she was the one responsible for killing her. And a girl thinks to herself that no one really knew what it means to get involved with Amane. And that ends that chapter. So stick around, and we'll cover part 3 next time. And that about does it for this video. If you have any other ideas like Saki made to a video, then please post it down in the comments below, and we'll add it to our next viewer request week.
It's now time for the part of the show where we ask you to help us appease the YouTube algorithm by dropping a like, share, or comment. It helps out much more than you'd think.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, then it's very much appreciated. And if you'd like to support this channel, then please visit our Patreon. Link will be down in the description below. Even if you can't give a lot, every little bit helps. Oh, we also started up a Let's Play channel. So if you want to see us try out some horror games, then feel free to stop on by. Link will be in the card as well as in the description. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Anyway, I'm Runya.
And I'm Ada.
Remind you to take life in moderation.
Weep not, poor children, for life is this way.